Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to another exciting, riveting, and amazing Propagandacast from your host, Pearl Dane. The one, the only, master propaganda hero of strike defender of the fatherland, off here to a 2v2 on Alliance of Defiance. The north it is Spade and Mr. Bad Romance, aka AlphaDraconian, fighting here for the Allies. He combined British-American Task Force here, spearheaded by the 3rd Element, backed up by the 51st Infantry. In the south it is Farlion and Borobadger, fighting for the Wehrmacht. Germany, Deutschland. Here with the 1 and 16th Panzerdivision Windhund, here with Mechanized Farlion, featuring command tanks, 250-1 half-tracks, vehicle critical repair, spotting scopes, and like the fellow bits of Borobadger with Jaeger armor, assault support spearhead, and we got Spade with heavy cavalry featuring defensive structures with riflemen, off-map smoke barrages, rangers, combined arms for the Pershing. AlphaDraconian here with mortars, assault sections, M10s, and 5 half-tracks and strafing support. And as always, a big hearty thanks to my patron supporters. Without them, support the Propagandacast would simply not be possible. So big thanks to all those other people in join ranks by Patreon, or they can donate by PayPal, links in the description. And finally, commenting, liking, sharing, subscribing is another way to help out the Propagandacast indirectly. So, off to the races here, as all players are going in fairly aggressive. On the west side here, Farlion spearheads for Deutschland. In the southeast, Borobadger moves up. Northeast, we got Spade moving ahead there steadily for freedom and democracy. Northwest section, let's go out there for AlphaDraconian, popping the emergency. The assault section, let's go. A bit of a recently popularized tactic from some British players. Pop it in there and then get them extra close without taking fire, and then pop them out there. It's like a scout car, except they can't fire out of it. So another assault section out for AlphaDraconian, leading hard here for the British Empire. Note here, Spade is moving towards the centre, basically staying clear here of Borobadger. In this regard, ganging up here on Farlion. Will Borobadger be able to realise what's going on here, or will Farlion be doomed to be crushed between these two allied assault forces? We shall have to see. There you go, Borobadger waking up there, moving in there as Farlion takes up a defensive posture to maybe withstand this combined allied assault. He's bringing in, we got other guns saying here we go. Suddenly, Spade's force there being sandwiched between two German forces of northeast section as the Pioneers there. Remaining though with most of the Pioneers in before to the east, they're going to be hard to get in there, but the Canadians here give Farlion here in the west just enough backbone to withstand this combined allied assault. Up north here, we can see there AlphaDraconian moving in very cautiously, scouting ahead to the positions of Farlion, looking for the weak spot to then exploit. In the south here, Rout Squad push back, but there you go, swing around here for the card point, forcing Borobadger to dispatch force to deal with that. But now, most of the threat has been cleaned off here, and Farlion should mostly be able to handle this. Of course, he's still up against the British, and with a lot of assault sections, with chances on the way there, and the terrain here definitely gives AlphaDraconian's force a chance to get closer to Farlion's force, in particular the MD-42 that is quickly dispatched here as the assault section finds the gap there in the defences. In the east here though, Spade is very much rubbed off here by Borobadger and sent packing into his base there. AlphaDraconian there taking up, Spade with a captain, Farlion with just 2 grenadiers. Fast tech apparently planned here into a fast 250-1 half-track. 2 thumbs up. Clearly of the 5th Panzeraufklärabteilung. Here's the sections here. Quickly routed. In the southeast there, Borobadger having a bit of quiet here as his force is being rebuilt. In the west here, sections in the middle coming forward steadily there. Back here, Pioneers good to go. Waiting for that half-track before they go on the offense versus the English. Officer here for AlphaDraconian definitely leads in with an assault force here against those damnable Huns. New lining up for another push here as he waits for that 250 half-track for that mechanized push here to punch through here for the 3rd Aufklärerkompanie. In the east here, Spade on the move. Nothing further happening in his base. Probably going to be seeing an anti-aircraft half-track out of him. And there you go, 250 half-track rush here from Farlion and Deutschland. Following up with the 3rd Grenadier Squad though, I would have liked to see a Panzer Grenadier Squad. They also work quite well with the half-tracks. Plus, of course, in a pinch could provide with some Panzerschrecks, but that's just me. All the way though, a mechanized infantry strategy from Farlion. I always like to see those. And certainly right now versus AlphaDraconian's force composition is going to be really good because he has no snares. So that means they'll have to get up close enough to put some pressure there on AlphaDraconian's infantry and make things very, very awkward for him. There goes section of chain there. Good lord, it's a bit hot around here. Shut up, Terrans. We're trying not to get killed, you stupid bastard. Got the Nebraska as well there. Huns in a half-track. And there you go. Each stinging blow hit AlphaDraconian as Farlion gains the initiative here with a mighty leichter Schützenpanzerwagen. Commonly part of the Panzerdivision's armor or reconnaissance elements there. Almost got another section here. Driving straight to the base here. Farlion is fearless. But clearly not that fearless. Others is obviously concerned about sudden sappers there snagging his half-tank, in which case he's going to lose it. But he makes it through here. Didn't quite get the section right, but that would have certainly been an amazing moment. Still, he got the universal carrier there. He did a lot of damage to his opponent. And crucially, of course, also sent a signal here to AlphaDraconian that he is not entirely safe in just walking about there. In the east side here, Borobadger wants to outmaneuver here. Spade strikes hard there. Doesn't quite have a Spade to unleash upon Borobadger, but certainly close enough. Go Farlion here to the rescue with his half-track there, ready to strike into the Americans. Spade here going for a pack howitzer. Figuring he's going to need to dig out Borobadger, but the closest thing you get to Spade, which is artillery. Up north here, Captain there. Oh, actually a section moving in there against the Gundiers here. Also playing onto a flank here. Nice maneuvering here by AlphaDraconian. Very nice there, but in this case looks like he's realised he's thinking wants to move towards the centre, perhaps even assist his teammate, hard to say here. Captain's going to be in trouble to go for goal. Farlion wants to strikes here with his lighter Schützenpanzerwagen, which is closing in a veterans 1, at which point he can reinforce other troops, which makes it very good. AC map 3 here for AlphaDraconian. Definitely going to need that to, I think, have a good chance of diving this one fast. Of course, Farlion will need some anti-tank weapons. So far, only another machine gun, no Panzers with Panzer 6, and no Pack 40. So there's a good chance that the AC does knock out the half-tank fast, depending on how Farlion plays it next. And he said this stalemate between Spade and Borobadger continues. Borobadger, by the way, the only player without a commander. Borobadger there sort of, you know, can't quite make up his mind. Does he want tigers? Does he want tigers? Or does he want an elephant? But he clearly wants some sort of big tank. After they're met with a lot of assault rifle fire, or submachine gun fire here, and is pushed back there. Of course, the Pioneers can quickly fix something. Got a fourth gun to use out for firing now. No Panzer Grenadier. Bit sad about that one personally, but oh well. Medics here for AlphaDraconian. Have to move forward there for Spade. Armored cars the section there. Grenadiers routed here as AlphaDraconian wants more leashes and in for assault here, looking to outmaneuver the machine gun, but of course got the armored car for Borobadger, ready to assist his vulnerable combat mate here. Medic almost done, and the east side here, Borobadger's right flank is looking pretty weak, but fortunate for him, Spade hasn't realised this and not looking to exploit this. And there you go. Farlion's 250 half-track on the move again. He's catching the section opposite, but the half-track could flank in. There we go. AC though nearby. Shoots. Misses the half-track. Their section in trouble though. They've been met here with a flamethrower and the MP40s and the machine gun. Grenade off here. Kills Ludwig, but the rest get away fairly unscathed from that. Armoured car in pursuit here up the half-track. Good hit through the rear there. Panterfaust, the nearby from Friedrich, gets it off down the AC, damaging the engine. In the east side, this Spade unleashes another assault. Despite the pack out and everything, he is still not breaching Borobadger's thin red line here. And we get assault support with an officer. Thumbs up. Also a fairly overlooked Wehrmacht unit. Honestly, there's a lot of overlooked units in the game. I think they're quite good, but because they require a bit more effort, a lot of players typically tend not to be big fans of them. By the way, good work to see there. We got both half-tanks now and an officer. That is wonderful. On the west side, your Western Field falling into the hands there. Finally, we'll of course need to figure out some sort of counter maneuver here and there. Go Rifleneck, leaving some of the Spade's men dead in the dirt here. After being fixed up here, anti-tank coming into potential arm or vehicular exploitation move there by Borobadger or even Farlion. Farlion there with a light mechanized company up, probably going to be going for a pack 4 here. More light machine guns for his men. Hiccups for me. There we go, anti-tank lane great here then Borobadger's armoured car. Farlion continues to be fierce and unrelenting. And we got AlphaDraconian here with a half-tank of their own. I like the anti-aircraft as well there, but he could surprise us. That said, I've been seeing a notable number of British players go for both the M5 Court Mount and the AC. They have a fairly strong early mid-game force composition. Meanwhile, in the east here, swinging hard at Borobadger here. Yes, going in aggressive there, and Borobadger is forced to concede most of his gains here in the face of this British death ball of submachine guns. And we got Spade here with Rangers. Thompson's on the way there. A lot of submachine guns here from the Allied side. Happening forwards there, no Court Mount for sure. And instead, a Panzerfaust right to the engine block. You saw there, Spade, or AlphaDraconian means making good progress. Spade is not making much progress because he's back at his base. But on the west, though, Farlion is, thanks to this, able to regain the western field point there from the Allies. Pack 40 ready here to deal with the armoured car and the half-track. Does look like he's planning using the half-track for mechanized infantry maneuvers. That'd be pretty great. He'd have at least 2 players in a 2v2 match, actually use mechanized infantry here. There goes Section Claw with the half track. Veterans one there. Could try and pop defensive maneuvers. Defensive move, but I think he's a bit too close for that now. Infantry running here. Section being pushed back. Half track doing some more repairs. Pioneers close to Veteran 2. This is a fairly active match. East side, we got the Rangers bring up here for Spade, going for that eastern fuel point. Back here, tech for Borobadger. Farlion's yet to pop the button any further there. Anti-X, tech for Spade, now moving towards here, Farlion's western positions. Definitely not ready for that one. I think we'll have to retreat here. In the center, Borobadger moving up, continuing Lease for now, the eastern workshop area there to the Americans. We got AlphaDraconian there with tech as well. Farlion also starting to take up there. I think that only leaves Spade there, who's yet to then tech for medium armor. Though I would say at this rate, the British player is going to be able to build it up first because he doesn't need to build any structures. Like, he just upgrades and that's it. Of course, if the Germans get more fuel, of course they could still get a tank faster, but I think at this point there's a good chance that AlphaDraconian gets something out in the pack. 40 shoots as the half to the east up, we got the Raft Squad coming up next to the Pioneers. Eastern fuel point there, held by the Rangers. Pioneers are ready to be executed. Yes, we got Farlion towards the center west here, and far west there. AlphaDraconian taking up force on the western point there. Armored car knocked out here, bit of blow there to Borobadger. Meanwhile, the Farlion's half track remains operable there in service of Deutschland. Half to there knocked out. Whatever plans AlphaDraconian have, but with that half track are certainly now in flames. Smoke being deployed here by AlphaDraconian. Not a bad idea, but ends up perhaps not being too late there. At least for the half track it was too late though, but maybe not for him to get the half track nearby though here from Farlion. And they're going to be retreating here. So in this case, the smoke actually helps out well enough to allow the troops to get close in there, which of course is the crucial part. I'm surprised they didn't attack sooner. Maybe it was of course the half track, I don't know. The section's about to get wiped out though. Yup, that's a wipe there on AlphaDraconian. Caught an infantry blow here. Great kill there for Farlion. Pioneers popping out, half to back off there. Go White Foss on the MG42. Center there. Looks like Spade's going to make a push on the center victory point here. Machine gun routed. And we got more Rangers for Spade, having lost the other squad. That is kind of expensive. Kind of expensive. So Pomacop there for Borobadger. As for Farlion, nothing further transpiring in his base as of yet. No further tech. No support armor core. What could Farlion there be scheming? Okay, so Pomacop there for Farlion as well. So good. Raft Squad was the Grenadiers here. Gremlins and Pont. We got them before finding that Raft Squad here. Captain holding up West Point Eastern side. Grab the Grenadiers there. One third of the way down there. Half track. Awaiting stuff. Then we got no blitzer for Borobadger. And of course to provide himself with more fuel and munitions. Captain and Raft Squad being scorched there, but in rounds there from Borobadger and Fort Crew, which is in return getting a hammer of the pack howitzer. We'll have to retreat that fort gets right in, then might be too late, honestly. Nope, gets away there narrowly. Assault section of the Grenadiers, White Fox was off there, messing there with Farlion's formation. East side here goes the Ranger squad pushing forward here. A cooked grenade will be certainly handy dandy, but no, Borobadger just retreats. He decides not to test his luck there. Which I think is a very sensible idea, honestly. Pack landing a great hit from the rear arm of the AC Mark III. Half to there, by the way, was very close to Veteran 2. Very nice to see that. Again, it's fairly rare to see a half track, and it's only one that gets around for that long. Specifically the 250 half. The only 250 from half track also being used to like get a move about infantry is also pretty rare. Section is pressed, pushed back, half to rushing forwards. Command tank there for Farlion. Farlion a big user of the command tank. And certainly swears to it quite a bit. Moving up there. And then back in, apparently need to stretch your legs a bit. Also, by the way, there's Vet Tier 2. Nice work there by Borobadger. Thumbs up. Overblitz on the munitions point, opening up for a lot of strafing runs and bombing runs. That could certainly be beneficial. There we go. Officer charging the rings. That's pretty well there by Borobadger. Particularly didn't pop diversion, which actually make the officer a bit better than close quarters action. East of the center of the Grenadiers pushing back to Spades, Captain and Rifleman. Up north here, we got AlphaDraconian lining up for something. The question is, what is he planning? Command tank out there for Farlion. Borobadger can go for a Panther 4 himself. We got 394 versus 375. Big 2 points wise. It's pretty close. Since we also, by the way, have a sniper out here for AlphaDraconian. Miss on that one. MD4 was the half track. Sniper landing another kill on the pack crew. Half track setting up there to cover the center, forming up a quick strong point against allied assaults. And of course, also reinforces nearby things. There we go. Officer suppressed here. Could even see the second assault tank suppressed there if he's not careful. White Fossils deployed here, messing with Farlion's position there. In the west, we've got the armor car check. We're going to get Panther fast. The Pack Force will be rushed in. There we go. Command tank arrives here. Counter-attacking in there to AlphaDraconian's assault here. Anti-tank opening up here in the west. The armored car not getting Panther. There you go. Pack 40 up. Well, the Panther fast Farlion. What is the Panther fast there? There you go. Panther fast off. There you go. AC knocked out. Not abandoned. In the center there. Allies routed. East side there. Spade is not doing much. He does have a Sherman out now. And interesting enough, you haven't seen any armor here for AlphaDraconian. What is he planning? At this point is the big question. Almost got the info in the center here. Farlion is narrowly able to evacuate here before it gets turned into mincemeat here. And there you go. Target weak point on the Sherman. Stuns the crew quite decidedly. And there you go. We do get an M10 self-propelled anti-tank gun, as it's termed in British Army doctrine. Sherman narrowly survives that encounter. Panther right out of the corner here for Borobadger. After they're back in the serve, Pioneers popping out once more. Major in the center is being met with a major firepower here from the Germans, and we'll have to retreat. Narrowly avoid total annihilation there. Narrowly. West side here, troops being held up with info. Troop got the sniper joining in, but there you go. Sniper is dead. Way too close to the MD42 there, and Farlion expertly punishes that. And suddenly, AlphaDraconian's entire force here is in dire straits. The command tank there launches a furious counterattack here, which AlphaDraconian is not ready for. The crew is dead. You could even try and drive into the base and just murder troops inside of it with the high explosive shells here. Would be ballsy here from Farlion, but it could possibly work out. But now we do have the M10 out here, and that could definitely give Farlion a bit of a headache. We got a mortar here for AlphaDraconian as well. They're not replacement for the section as of yet. You said you have Borobadgers in the offense once more as well. M1 tank gun shoots, misses at the Panther 4. Fairly lucky there for Borobadger. But the Allies have found themselves with the back against the wall here for now. Their position a lot less stronger than it used to be. So Farlion, what is he planning next? He's going for tier 4, and Borobadger is already going for tier 4. So right now it does look like both German players are going to go straight for tier 4. In the case of Borobadger, likely a Tiger tank. In the case of Farlion, heavy Panthers to call, and I imagine Panthers, as he is a big fan of Panthers as well. Starting moving forward, see straight into the Grenadiers for just about healing. Moving forward to there being absolutely swamped here. It's a very good attack from, I think, AlphaDraconian. That city collected the mortar to deploy some smoke. They're going to move the ALP elements through here as well. So while definitely I think in some degrees ways a good attack, I feel like it could have been some better elements. So almost got the info here, the Panther 4 commanding rushing, and we got an artillery strike called in here as well by AlphaDraconian here. Finally they're definitely bunching up too much on his defense, and plus of course the White Foss, there's just so much. Oh, it's smoke being deployed. Further though, messing here with Farlion's defense. I will have to say though, I definitely like this sort of the way to like, oh he also calls in regular artillery. Either way, there's a lot of smoke, a lot of artillery, a lot of disruption here against Farlion here, messing up the defense here, allowing AlphaDraconian to get out the western fuel point there with little resistance and only minor casualties. So we got artillery here, they're almost taking out there the re-echelons. I believe that was actually the heavy mortar fire ability there of the officers, so thumbs up to Borobadger. Sherman, they're getting hit there by Pack and Panther 4s, except the Panther 4 misses. Infantry force, there we go, MD42 almost wiped out, Pack 40 wiped out. This could become a huge issue for Borobadger, and Farlion may have to intervene here to assist his teammate, because losing all these support weapons to the Americans, particularly the anti-tank guns, could be pretty bad here for Borobadger. Of course, he's probably just going to have to destroy them, because he's got 2 M1 anti-tank guns. I think adding 2 Pack 40s on top, that's going to be a bit too much here. But no, he does not destroy them. In fact, focuses on the Panther, which obviously also makes sense, but I think the priority should probably be as soon as possible then to destroy the anti-tank guns once the Panzer IV is out of sight here. And there you go. Now should have started destroying it before it's too late. Okay, destroyed that one at least. Nope. Could be another anti-tank and they're falling back into the hands of Borobadger. I feel like that was a really missed opportunity here by Spade. Never mind, the other anti-tank could also try to assist here. There's still one to go. Need to destroy that. West side here, AlphaDraconian holding up the point. You can see their Farlion has in fact moved towards the center to assist Borobadger, realizing the situation there could break the entire German front line in half if Borobadger were to suffer any further losses. Borobadger with the Panzer here, Farlion with nothing further happening there, so I guess not straight to the target. And they're obviously grabbing it narrowly again. Borobadger has been able to recover both anti-tank guns, and I definitely feel like this was something that could have been avoided for, you know, Spade. He could at least destroy one of them. I think with great certainty he might be able to take out both of them. So I definitely feel like that was a missed opportunity. Borobadger calling air support here, though. Keep in mind with the anti-aircraft attack nearby, you can actually pretty quickly shoot down the Stukas there. We got there AlphaDraconian with 2 M10s. Panzer ready here for Borobadger and the German army. Not much action happening on the east side here as well. You got AlphaDraconian there moving forward with his infantry. I mean, he's making fairly good use of smoke and white phosphorus to cover his attacks. I mean, that's a really good skill to have. Like, 2 thumbs up. That is really impressive stuff there. Of course, not fun to be in the receiving end of, but you know, that's another matter entirely. Could also pop some white phosphorus in there into retreat though. Pack Harvester there could move a bit further forward to support the front line. So what will happen next? I could suspect here that Spade might try and stall for the Pershing next year. As for AlphaDraconian, I mean, we sort of consider how these build orders typically go. He's probably just going to keep churning out M10s. Yep, there we go. 3rd M10 Achilles, self-propelled anti-tank gun. He's also started to suffer more losses. He actually needs to replace some of his interlosses. They sound just 2 squads effectively, which is not, I think, sustainable. There you go, half-tech now as well. They're not just great for the infantry, but crucially also for their air support. So this is actually like, you know, pretty big win there for the Germans' future air support strikes there. In the center, they're finding strikes on the west side. Machinery 40, M10s on the move here, looking to flank the command tank there. 3-inch guns flank there. Go Pack 40 under Defense Command ready here, plus Panzerhaus there. Could take out here one of AlphaDraconian's M10s. East side, still not seeing much action in the center there. Pioneers being forwards, grabbing the MU-42 from a white gun deer squad. And there you go, got the M10, quite a blow there to AlphaDraconian. Who still hasn't replaced his infantry losses either. He's also got a lot of munitions floating about there. A lot. He is close to be able to use the strafing support though. And the Germans in comparison do not have any anti-aircraft support. Oh dear, that's another M10 down. AlphaDraconian there clearly underestimating his opponent and paying quite the price for it. Always be mindful of an aggressive opponent just driving up and knocking up your stuff, at least attempting with an anti-tank gun. Got to hard to here for Farlion, and we got the half-tech alive. At this point, it hasn't really been doing much directly for Farlion. It's just been about there providing support, which is honestly not a bad thing to do with it either. There you go, hold it by the M42 here. He's also got used to spotting scopes as at this point, so it's more like, you know, reconnaissance vehicles slash fort reinforcement point. East side, there we got the Panzer wing up here for Borobadger. Just moving ahead here, smoke deployed. Got a hit from the Sherman and the pack on the Sherman, not the other way around. And there you go, Borobadger driving straight into Spade. Spade sensing weakness, he finds it and takes out the ambulance. A bold ready for Borobadger, but I'd say an incredibly good read in the situation here versus Spade. I think the Allies need to significantly change up the tactics of the Germans at this point. So M10 they're flanking the Panther now. Suddenly Borobadger, he should honestly pull out sooner here. Don't know why he stuck around for that long. But this definitely is the opportunity here for the Allies to deliver some damage to the Germans. Could get a wipe here, that's set. Spade is down to suffer some heavy losses there. He's down to just 2 squads. He's lost another Ranger squad, by the way. And he's starting to lose anti-tank and cruise here as well to the Germans. There you go. Got the Panzer IV there. And Farlion is on the offense here. Could call in some strength support here soon. Got the anti-tank being destroyed. Assault section charging ahead here. What was he planning with that move? I do not. There you go. Cannon bomb off there, causing heavy losses amongst Farlion's Grenadiers, though he still has all 4 squads. In fact, he's currently the player with the most infantry by far. Fire into the Allied base. Double Scots here. Whatever plan Spade's going to have definitely been discarded by now, as he is committing to double Scots. He needs something to deal with the German infantry support weapons. Can't fall in for that. On the west side, we got the MG4 to up with the Western Victory Point here. Heavy Panther Corps there for fighting the German army. He is clearly setting up for the Panther. In fact, he has the resources, but he doesn't have the population. As for Borobadger, I'm very much expecting a Tiger tank. Cap knows the command tank. Scott fires. West side gonna move him before setting up there. Still got that strafing support ready. We also have combined arms. I mean, a combined arms push here for Spade could perhaps also result in some pretty big gains if timed correctly. Commanding 40M10 almost got the half tick here. Farlion becomes also half 8 of it in 3, by the way. That's quite fairly good work there. About to lose it here. Looks like it narrowly escapes death by Allied tank destroyer here. Command 10 no trouble as well there. M10 quick to back off here. But the Germans at this point definitely seem to have stabilised. The Allies are starting to really struggle with the current setup here. But again, I do think Paladins also just completely neglected this part of the map here. Like, they just sort of focused heavily on head-on attacks here, which definitely works out a lot better for the Germans with the current force composition. Another M10 here from AlphaDraconian. Bunker up there for Borobadger. Will it be machine gun bunker? Yes, indeed. I think he basically just wants to spend resources to get something going, while at the same time not risking not having enough population in for the Tiger tank. So, I mean, machine gun bunker in theory could be sort of a nice compromise between those two, as long as the opponent doesn't flank, of course. And there you go. Tiger tank out here for Borobadger and Deutschland. Farlion, meanwhile, still ages away here from his Panther. Anti-tank's in trouble. There you go. Smoke being deployed here. AlphaDraconian in the offense. Airsport calling as well here. This could be the big breakout moment for the Allies. Command tank in trouble here. Pack's about to get wiped out there. Offset assault tank moving in there. We got the half tank nearby still putting coming fire here. Thumbs up there to find command tank reaching 82 here. Air support raining down rockets from above there. M10's getting knocked out as he get caught by 4 anti-tank guns. Never mind the Tiger tank. There was no way in hell that was going to make it out alive there. It dove straight into like just the kill zone there. Panthers almost for Farlion. Almost got a Grenadier squad. Here's wiped out as well. They're anti-tank crewed. But about to get wiped out here by Borobadger's Tiger tank. Anything about here for the Scotch and fort as well here. Could see a loss there for the Germans. Air support continuing down to death here, suppressing some of the German defenders. Rockets screaming against the sides of the Tiger tank, doing some damage, but nothing too heavy. Anti-tanks being destroyed there, denying them to the Allies. Assaulting up here, going for deep flank against the Germans, but also continue to scout ahead, imagine, for the RAF here. M10 fires at the Tiger tank, fails to get a shot through the Tiger tank. Meanwhile, does not miss. More spot ring down here. Further down, conflict here upon Borobadger's forces. Rockets again. Another screaming volley of death from high above here. This time causing more significant harm to the Tiger tank and its crew. Rangers with bazookas here. Looks like Spade is getting a bit rattled here, and is bringing in the elite bazooka team, and there you go. Farlion with the Panther. The Panzerkampfwagenfünf. Still no action on the eastern side. I mean, again, it's like pretty likely to defend. Like, I feel like good push from the Allies would definitely force the Germans to want to, like, you know, defending a wider frontage, which I think is right now what the Allies are looking for, because allowing the Germans to defend a wide, or you know, more narrow front is currently not what I think is going to help out the Allies a lot there, one bit. I'm just got a bunker. You see Borobadger now most have been pushed back. His small win, and of course they need to make sure they don't lose any ground here, and they also need to defend the western point here. After going there with another officer. Out there at work still for fun. Got 10 kills so far. Command tank there, 19 kills. Half tech near ace level. Pretty rare to see, and honestly, veteran free half tech destroying the anti-tank, at least attempting to destroy the anti-tank gun. Not all successful attempts. There we go. Bazooka dropped as well. They need to retreat the Rangers now. Scott's still bombarding here. And he's in trouble here.
The enemy is overrunning one of our capture points.
Ludwig there gets his brain blasted out. Command tank there, 19 kills versus 2. Optimum force there. Fun fact, during the fighting in Normandy, the British actually had such high losses with amongst the junior officers, they actually had to borrow officers from the Canadians, which confused the Germans a bit to think they're up against the Americans, since they obviously can't tell the difference between a Canadian and American accent. Targeting there, striking straight at the Scots and the Sherman there. West side here, Panther with others supporting elements here, warding off here another assault by AlphaDraconian's assault sections. Great versus infantry, but falling a bit short here versus the Panzerwaffe. Half-track diving in here for Farlion. Could catch a sniper and take it out here, actually. I'm a bit surprised at the sniper this late into the game as well. They're considering what's on the field. Panther's the M10 there. Half-track diving in further here. Near ace level on it. I think he's suicided yet, which is a bit of a shame here. Almost got the pack cards with it though. Sniper shooting right past the Panther dying 40. Almost got the M10. There you go. Pack cards are wiped by the half-track and the Tiger taking the Tiger's about to get knocked out here. Got the M10, their command tank driving heady as well there. Ace level 250 half-track there, 2 thumbs up. I mean, that's a half-track that's 250 that survived an awful lot of time. There you go. Farlion diving the command tank into the Allied base here, unleashing high explosive shells that point-blank range into massed British infantry, defenseless. And there you go, air support, they're raining down death from on high, pinning down the entire British force inside of the base. This is not looking great for the Allies, but looking pretty great for the Germans. And that half-track is a hero, ladies and gentlemen, a hero. We got a Panther Pouch in the base here, further causing havoc, casualties, and general woe and disaster here. The 51st Infantry Division seems at this point not in a great state, and the 3rd Armoured Division is not having much fun either here. As the 1 and 16th Panzer Division at this point is just unleashing hammer blow after hammer blow. This would seem to be a GG. But the Allies seem to be a bit reluctant to accept that. Command tank snipes the sniper. There you go, Panther driving in, starting to crush AlphaDraconian's infantry beneath its mighty heavy treads there. Sherman knocked out here. Dying after the Scots. Sturmpanzer almost down. Artillery firing to the base. We've still got the command tanks flying forward once more. Smoke covers the entire battlefield here. Infantry being mauled here. Going for the ambulance. That'll be the 2nd ambulance lost there for Spade, but I'll win a match. Yeah, I think they've dropped out at this point, honestly. They just quit, so now we're just waiting for the game to react. Just waiting for the game to react. There you go. One has dropped out, and I imagine the second one to follow soon here. Scott knocked out, Panther gaining 82 here. There we go. GG game over here. A vicious 2v2 fight here in Alliance of Defiance with some nice back and forth action. In the end, though, I feel like there's some critical tactical issues there that sort of, bogged down the Allies in part. There were definitely clear moments where they could have really crippled the Germans, removing their anti-tank gun, but failed to do so. And also in the East, they kind of forgot about this, which didn't help out in particular Spade there. Similarly, AlphaDraconian could also been a bit more active in certain other ways. They coordinate the smoke a bit better, and maybe also had some other, supporting elements. I also think like at least a Centaur, some regular armor to help deal with the infantry would have been a very good investment here for AlphaDraconian. So there you go. I hope you enjoyed this match. I learned something from it. If you did, subscribe, like, share, comment on it. Tell a friend, tell a family, but don't tell enemies. This is from Perlington. Cheers. Thank you for watching. Until tomorrow again for a nice episode. Bye.